Hey, Brian. Hi, I'm Brad, and I love Hallmark Christmas movies.
Hey, Brad. I'm Brian. I like
bud.
Hallmark Christmas movies.
Hey, guys.
Hey, Dan.
Hey, I'm
Dan.
Dan, and I despise Hallmark Christmas movies, and this is the
Deck
Deck
the
the
Hallmark
Hallmark
podcast.
Deck the Hallmark, it's his podcast. Brandon and friends host his podcast.
We hope you like this jolly podcast.
Oh, my gosh.
Brian's
guys.
commitment to saying Deck the Hallmark podcast on delay is surpassed only by his lack of an attempt to try to match it. Like to try to get, like I would, by the fourth episode, I would just try to guess it early.
Yeah, you guess it early.
Yeah, not Brian.
No, not
he's
me.
going to wait till
No,
we
I
start,
like that.
and then he's going to start.
I wipe my brain every time. I think it's going to go right. I'm going to give it a whirl from, like I'm there. And, I don't know.
I'm assuming no one's listening today. I'm assuming we don't have any guests after a guest-heavy week.
Guest heavy week.
It is Christmas Eve. Who's listening to this? Who's this for? Who are we doing this for?
Well, we got to do all of them.
We got to do all of them. Maybe
Yeah.
someone will listen to this
It's
eventually.
Hallmark's first Kwanzaa movie.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
I'm not saying I'm not upset we're doing it. I'm just saying, is anyone listening? Guys, let us know. Are you listening?
When you hear this,
Email
email
us.
Brand.
Brand@deckthehallmark.com and just say yes.
Yes, that's it.
I'm going to get so many emails.
I hope so.
Brand@deckthehallmark.com. Yes.
Yes.
I just want to know. Or if you're watching on
This is gonna
Philo
hit
TV,
great.
that's the way to do it right there.
Yeah, because that would be the best way. There's a channel, a Deck the Hallmark channel. You can watch the movie. You can watch our episodes.
It's amazing. It's
Philo's-
amazing.
You know what you should do
What?
right now?
What?
Philo.tv/DTH.
What?
Get a free trial, right? You're going to love it. Hallmark is airing all these movies. Search them all in the Philo app. Save them all to the DVR.
Save them to the DVR.
You can save them all in the DVR right now.
Yeah.
And then you'll have them throughout the whole year.
And you
That's unlimited.
have them in your back pocket.
It's unlimited.
And this is actually the weekend to DVR one of these movies because I think it's like from Christmas Eve at like 6 p.m. through Christmas Day. I don't know. Hallmark basically goes commercial free for Christmas.
Yeah.
And so you get these new movies that maybe you missed over the holiday season or whatever, all commercial free, all on your Philo, all with your Deck the Hallmark.
Yeah, and you get even if you don't get commercial free, you get the one button ad skip.
One button ad
and
skip.
it's just the best.
Gosh almighty.
Man.
Gosh almighty. Am I
Gosh
right?
almighty.
That's exactly right. Brian, Merry Christmas, buddy. I miss you. I miss
I
you in
know.
person. I miss
know.
you in
We're
person.
really fizzling out here at the end. We were going so strong. All
We
season
We
long.
really were.
We were going so strong.
Yep.
Yeah,
but-
yeah, what are you going to
But
do?
I'm happy that you're doing well. And I got a Christmas present I got to send with you as you head up to the Great White North.
That's right.
I'm assuming
You're going to Canada?
I'm assuming it's snowing up there.
It's
Doesn't
gotta
look
be
like we're
by
going to
now.
get much, Dan, if any. And I hate that for us.
Yeah, we're not getting any snow.
I hate that.
Yeah.
We were so
Maybe
gonna
a
be
flurry today.
It's going to be so cold this weekend. So cold this
It's going to
weekend.
be 12 degrees in South Carolina, which is like
The old song,
yeah.
I'm dreaming of a freezing cold with no snow Christmas. The classic song.
Classic one.
The classic song. Yeah, it's going to be real cold, and I'm excited about it. Real cold, everybody. Real cold down here. It dips very hard. It's
a hard dip,
it's a
yes.
hard dip to the cold.
Yeah, it's a hard
No
slide.
snow, though. Guys, one last movie. No guest today, and that doesn't mean that we don't care, because we do. Very excited about this movie. The Holiday Heritage is the name of this flick. It originally aired on December 17th, 2022, and it went a little something like this. Ella is a graphic designer at a company Christmas party. She's getting ready to head home for Christmas, and she is FaceTiming her mom, Holly Robinson Pete, HRP as we call her in the game. And HRP is explaining how things aren't going great between her and Ella's grandma. And HRP is going to move to Chicago. She wants to spread her wings, do her own thing. So clearly there's some family issues. Ella isn't having it, as she tells her mom that she'll see her tomorrow. She gets home and it becomes clear that her late grandfather was a legend in the town. She really misses him. She catches up with HRP. HRP works at her mom's bakery, and her mom is just very particular about, this is what we do. We've always made it this way. Here's what we're doing. Holly Robinson has a desire to add some new things to the bakery, but she knows that her mom would never go for it. She goes Christmas tree shopping with her family and bumps into Griffin, the hunky mayor and ex-boyfriend. Awkward small talk transpires, but it's pleasant. As they go to grab ornaments, they find Grandpa's old Kwanzaa box. They haven't really celebrated since he passed. She goes to talk to Griffin about fixing her family. She knows that Griffin and her grandpa were close, and she asks Griffin to bring her grandpa's scrapbook, and maybe they would find out some stuff about how to fix the family in the scrapbook. They discover in the scrapbook the idea for Kwanzaa candies. So they pitch Kwanzaa cookies to the family to get them working together. And Griffin Grand, he tells her that the night that she broke up with him, he was going to propose. And she tells him that the night that she told him that she was moving to Boston, she hoped that he would have offered to come. He didn't, so she broke up with him. So they agree that from now on, they're going to have open and honest conversations. They end up spending Christmas morning together, only like halfway through the movie. It's already Christmas. And now it's Kwanzaa time. There's Kwanzaa dinners that Griffin is also there for, and they do some family charity, which Griffin is also there for, and my guy is just always there. They do a Kwanzaa sharing exercise, and HRP finally opens up to her mom about how she wants to move to Chicago to find her own purpose, and it does not go well. Ella is talking to her grandma, and she realizes that they totally forgot to start making the Kwanzaa cookies. So they have to make like 1,000 cookies in less than 24 hours. So HRP shop, so does Griffin, naturally. So does the rival bakery. All hands on deck here. Ella finally plays this super secret video that she has of her grandpa talking. And it leads HRP and grandma finally having a conversation, finally making up, and grandma encouraging her to go follow her dreams. They go to the final Kwanzaa celebration. The whole town is present for fireworks and whatnot. Ella goes to sit down on a bench, and Griffin joins her, and she catches them up on the family drama. The next morning, Ella tells her family that she wants to move back home. HRP says, cool, I'm still moving to Chicago. You can't pull one over on me. She goes to tell Griffin. He's pumped. They kiss very tiny ones. The movie ends with one last Kwanzaa dinner full of toasting each other and having an absolutely wonderful time. And that, my friends, was Holiday Heritage. Nailed it.
Did it.
That was
Brian
it,
did
Brian.
it.
Nice.
Yeah.
That was it,
Nice.
buddy.
Nicely done.
Let's take a quick break. We'll come back and we will let's break this movie down with 4 segments here on Deck the Hallmark.
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 So Lance called and he said that he doesn't want his socks back.
No.
Not again.
We've been hearing about the socks for weeks. All of a sudden, he doesn't want them?
I know. Well, he says he doesn't want them back. Did you wear them? Did you wear them?
I would never.
He's implying that you wore his
How
socks.
is he implying that I wore them? What in his text message says that?
He said, tell Dan that I don't want the socks back.
Great. What is that? How does that imply that I wore them?
Because what other reason would it possibly be that he doesn't want his socks back?
Because he's been asking you, and you just have.
He's been
'cause
asking.
He texted you for the last 10 days.
Yes.
You just didn't respond. You just.
He said, "Where's my socks? Where's my socks?"
That's right.
I said, "Dan has them."
Why did you say that? I don't have his socks.
You had the socks.
Brian took the socks.
Brian,
home
you
with him.
took the socks.
They are wrapped and ready to go to Massachusetts, so Lance can kick rocks.
You're gifting Lance's socks to someone else.
A grown man has
It's-
worn already.
It's been like 10 days, so
They're his favorite socks.
could have fooled me.
In what way?
He clearly not his favorite because he's.
He
not
would
happy.
Yeah,
be
well,
dying
he's
to
been
get his socks.
trying. He's been trying.
Has he?
Why are you defending Lance as
I
someone
don't know.
who didn't text him back for
Yeah.
like over a week?
I feel responsible.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
That's we got to.
I
There
feel
it is.
responsible.
We got through all the muck and the mire to get to you apologizing.
I'm sorry, Lance.
Thank you.
Guys, let's talk about this movie. Let's hear our hot takes. Brian, what do you think about Holiday Heritage?
So this movie, which I can only assume was brought to us by the Boston Board of Tourism. That was a close
Oh
one.
my
That
god!
was close.
Oh boy,
This
howdy.
this one was from the first scene. I was like, hey, I know that bridge. I know that garden. So it was really great to see Boston on full display. And the
Hey, God's still in one piece.
Boston strong, man, you know? We get some like a topic or scenario here that is like kudos to them for tackling this, because interpersonal conflict is hard. And I found myself, as the story went on and they were trying all these things, I was just waiting for Ella and Griff to get to the bottom of all their ideas so they could just say, fine, let's just try talking about the issues and let
Right.
everybody know what's going on. And so overall, this one was pretty good for me. I wouldn't watch it again, but I would not tell anybody not to watch it. So I think they did a pretty good job with this one, and I liked it just fine.
Are there
would
movies that you actively campaign
just
against?
run out and say, "Don't watch it."
Don't watch it.
There are movies, yeah, that I would not recommend. Yeah,
Like what?
yeah. Christmas bedtime stories. I would not recommend.
Okay.
Yeah,
You
more
would
than fair.
tell
You
us.
know,
Okay.
more than
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, interpersonal conversations and relationships, Lance is very upset.
Oh,
He didn't
boy.
accept your apology.
He didn't accept Brian's apology.
Brian didn't apologize.
I understand.
I wouldn't apologize.
I understand, but you're taking his socks. You know they're his socks.
They're community
They're
socks. at
worn.
this
They
point.
have holes in them. Who are you gifting them to?
I haven't decided yet. I have a whole bag of gifts. I don't know who.
Would you
gets them.
consider gifting them to Lance?
I mean, in
he's-
this season of giving, I would.
I
Thank
don't
you.
understand. He's Lance Bass. He can buy another pair of socks.
I understand he's Lance Bass. But they're his special socks.
Yeah, I get that.
Guys, let's really I love this movie. I really enjoyed this movie. One, I love HRP. I've just come to accept that she's one of my favorites to see on screen. I just love her. I really like the two leads. I'm excited. What's it? Darnell Brooks, is that the guy's name?
Brooks Darnell.
Brooks Darnell.
Brooks Darnell.
Darnell Brooks. We don't talk about him.
No.
Brooks Darnell
We don't talk about
signed a deal. We're going to see more of him on the
he's
Hallmark
great.
channel. Very excited about that. Loved him. Both of these two leads really liked. Very disappointed by their kiss. We'll get to that. But I really enjoyed this movie. I really, really enjoyed seeing Kwanzaa. I have never seen much of Kwanzaa, and to see it and to see and hear about all the different traditions that make up Kwanzaa, I thoroughly enjoyed it and thoroughly enjoyed this cast as well. I really enjoyed it. Dan?
Yeah, so this movie has to carry an uncarryable weight, which is being the first Hallmark Kwanzaa movie that has to have a plot and bring Christmas feels, but explain Kwanzaa to people watching the movie. And whereas when the Hanukkah movies started, they did this really cheesy, like stop to explain thing, which I hated.
Because most people, we know about Hanukkah.
That's
We have a
right.
baseline understanding
Correct.
of Hanukkah.
Yeah.
I mean, I can speak for myself at least. My baseline understanding of Kwanzaa is very thin,
Well,
very thin.
It's a pretty I did like look it up
Yeah.
because it's a very fascinating subject, and the 7 principles, like all really great stuff, like unity and
Right.
service and purpose and self-determination. Like it's great. It's awesome. The problem is the movie's boring. It's a boring movie. And I think it's boring because it's just dragging down under the weight of having to kind of bear this like image of like, I have to explain Kwanzaa to you while I'm trying to tell a festive story. And the story just never really clicks. Like it just is like the leads don't have a lot of chemistry to me. The kiss is just meh. The storyline could work, and I think would work under different circumstances. It just was unfortunate. And so not one of my favorites, but wasn't actively bad. It just was boring. It was just a boring movie. And like I found myself going down the rabbit trail. I did hill and trail together, rabbit hail.
Rabbit Hale.
Rabbit
Hale.
Trail.
Gosh, can you imagine?
Can you be in rabbit hail? I found myself going down the rabbit trail of looking up things about Kwanzaa. I spent most of the movie like researching Kwanzaa, which I found fascinating instead of watching the movie.
Mm.
And so, yeah, it just didn't really work at all for me.
I don't know. I thought that the leads had good chemistry. I really liked them together. And it's HRP. I love HRP. I don't know. I'm an easy sell. Let's get to the feels. Brian, what gave you feels, pal?
Sure. When Griff went to decorate the grandma's house and he talked about feeling close to the grandfather, that really worked for me because, a lot of times if you want to avoid a place that's familiar after somebody's passed or gone, you don't want to be lonely, you don't want to feel lonely. But it had the opposite effect for him where he felt close and he got to share memories with the grandmother. And so I thought that was really well done. I like that.
Brian, you talked about yesterday, one of your feels was the snow in the windows.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So I see your snow and I'm raising you this snow in this movie. I love the snow in this movie. Lots of times in the Hallmark movies, they have really thick snow that is clearly just like soap or not real. This was like very fine snow that was just like always there and always just, it was consistent across the movie. And I just really liked it. It gave it a really nice feel to it visually. And I don't know what about this snow was different than the snow in the other movies, but it was different, and I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I've already said my feels, which is like learning about Kwanzaa. I thought was my feels. I didn't really have any others, the snow or otherwise.
We're gonna be back, and we're talking about the wait, what, and the what, the Hallmark here on Deck the Hallmark on WBAS, the best.
Staples.
Welcome back to the
just
best.
say Staples with an Australian accent? Staples, mate.
Yeah, sure.
Sure did.
Yep.
So Lance has,
he's
not pleased with you.
Okay, I understand, but Lance,
What do you want me to tell him?
I think I have a solution.
What's that?
Because we have a bigger problem than Lance, and actually these might work together, each other out. We've got 73, 75 sea turtles left over from the marathon that we have to clear out of the office.
Wow.
Before.
Yeah, we do. You're right. We did do that sea turtle promotion during
So
the
you
marathon.
think that he will be happy
Not
with no special
socks,
socks, but with a slew of turtles.
Just like a dumptron of turtles.
All right.
Should
Well,
do
I'll
the
run
trick.
it by him. Let's talk about the wait what's. Brian, what in this movie made you go, wait, what?
Sure. I had a few here. And the first thing that came to mind was she scored a building lease in Boston, but she's still mulling it over. And I just kept saying, hey, no pressure. No pressure. They'll wait. I'm sure there's not a waiting list. And then after after a while of just realizing, she's not even getting calls from this property owner about signing this lease because I'm sure they have a wait list. Why does she even need a building to do graphic design? Like that once I realized that, like this, okay, that annoyed me at that point, but you could kind of do it anywhere. That's sort of the way things work now.
Yeah. And not only that, Brian, I want to be clear. You said it, but I want to emphasize it.
Yeah.
She's not leasing a space in a building.
Mm-hmm.
She in Boston, Massachusetts is going to lease an entire building.
A building, correct.
For graphic design.
Yeah.
That's real cheap. You don't look, it's just easy. Like if you've got probably $100 down and 2 good references, you can lease an entire building in downtown Boston.
They can't get rid of them fast enough.
That's right.
Yeah. It's
Plenty
probably
of space. It's just space everywhere.
It's probably on the seaport too, which is just wide open.
Yeah, wide open out there.
They had to make 1,000 cookies for this thing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just that 1,000 cookies is too many. It's just too many.
How do you know how many people were there?
It just, I mean, a few hundred. Not every is going to have a
1,000 is a lot of cookies.
1,000 is a lot of cookies.
Many. Like a few hundred.
You don't know it's too many. If it's a 10,000 person get together, 1,000 cookies probably about right.
I mean, first come, first serve at that point.
We saw the Kwanzaa get together.
It was maybe 50.
1,000 cookies is too busy.
It would have cut it. Yeah.
Too many.
Too busy.
And I'm not saying that I don't believe that Griffin was actually going to propose, but I don't believe Griffin was going to propose. He just sort of brought it up as like, oh yeah, well I was gonna propose anyway, and they hadn't talked about it. So
yeah, that was too bad you left. I was going to propose.
Yeah. Oh, you
was that do anything for you?
Yeah, is that working? How's that landing with you? It's a real choose your own adventure
I-
story.
I was going to propose.
The just kidding is on his lips. Like it's like, I was
Right.
going to propose. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I would.
So that and at one point, Ella's friend and her husband were painting the exterior of a building while it was snowing outside.
Thank
They're out
you.
there
That's
with their
the biggest
rollers.
one.
Yes.
Brandon, that's maybe the biggest white one of the year. Brandon was like, I love the snow. Someone's painting a building outside while it's snowing, Brandon.
Yeah, well, but the snow's fine enough to where it won't get in the
It's
way.
just that liquid won't
It won't bother it at
Unfortunately,
all.
the
It's fine. It's
temperature won't
fine
work
snow.
either.
Yeah.
But the last one that really just I was laughing really hard was all cliche sayings come from somewhere. And with that in mind, I'd like to point out that at a certain point there can literally be too many cooks in the kitchen.
That's right.
And I feel like this was a scenario where they had 3, the grandma, mom, and Ella,
Yeah.
That's right.
Griff. They had 4 friends show up, and then they had 4 from the Strand Bakery show up.
12.
So we had,
Yes.
yes.
I wrote that down too. There's too many people.
Too many cooks in the kitchen.
Unless you've got 6+ ovens.
Well, here's
in
it.
there.
Why
Like
aren't they just using the Strand
The
across the
Strand
street?
Bakery.
Use the
Yes,
Strand.
there's a bakery over there.
More
It's a
ovens.
huge one.
Like you have more ovens at your disposal.
What if
Instead,
we-
they're all sitting in one kitchen, just like we
What
got.
if we all
Yeah.
packed in here with 3 ovens instead of using all the ovens in space? Yeah, more the merrier. Bring it.
Too many cooks in the kitchen. That's exactly
many.
right. This graphic designer. She works at a company called Graphics.
Yeah, classic. That's why she leased the whole building.
Graphics. I work for Graphics. Yeah, just call us. I don't know. I personally, I would have led with the super secret, insightful video that you have of Grandpa. I wouldn't have held that to myself
Yes.
when trying to repair the family.
That's right.
You lead with that.
Yeah.
I have a video of Grandpa saying family's the most important thing.
That's right.
Don't go to bed angry. I'm going to hold on to this video for myself.
I'm going to see how much of the world can burn
Yeah,
before I
before
put
I-
some water on it.
Okay.
I also, this video is in HD. It has been, she says it's been carefully edited. So he only says the things that you need to hear. And I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait on that. It's not important. Not important. Nothing I can do about it.
Mhm.
She says that?
She says
It's been edited?
She goes,
Yeah.
it's been edited a little bit.
Okay. I love that. I love that.
I took out all the war stories. At one point, he gets sidetracked by vanilla wafers for like 10 minutes. I thought that was
He tries to unwrap it.
He
He rubs everywhere.
He's back in my day, fig news.
Can you
I don't know
imagine
what he's talking
The
about.
video cuts and one scene he's clean and then he's got crumbs all over
Oh.
himself, wrappers everywhere. Don't go to bed angry.
There's like it's literally he says the word don't. His wardrobe changes for go. She's like, don't go to bed angry. Like
Oh.
family is most important thing. Like I've edited it a little bit, but this is basically what he was trying to say. Was don't go to bed angry. Yeah.
She makes a new logo, as she would for someone who works at Graphics,
Mhm.
for her grandma's bakery. And it's got a nice blue background, white font, easily readable. And grandma says, what if we changed the font color to red? And I would advise against it.
Yes.
I think the white pops very nicely on that nice
It's a
dark
personal choice,
blue
Brand.
background.
Yeah.
A red, I don't know. I don't think, but listen, I'm not, who am I to say?
Who are
Who am
you?
I to say? And my biggest what was going on with that kiss? Most
Yeah.
disappointing kiss of the
It's
year,
real bad.
a front runner for worst kiss at the Deckies, which I don't know if it's an award, but we should give it to
Yeah.
this one.
That's right.
I was so disappointed. We've got 2 very attractive people. You just got to put it out there, folks.
Sparks have been flying for a decade.
For a decade. And all we get is a little mwah, a little, hey, good to see you, Ma. Like, whoa, what are we doing here, guys? This is the whole show. It's the whole ball game. 2 Corinthians.
2
Dan.
Corinthians. Yeah, the big ones I think we did get out of the way, which was painting in the snow and the lightly edited dad video that we held on to all movie long. Like those 2 things made me legit cry laughing. I've never seen a tree lighting that was more, this isn't enough, let's add something than this one, which was the tree barely has lights on it. And then they're like, this isn't good enough. So they put 2 giant white sparklers behind it, and they think
Yes.
that figures out the problem, which they didn't. I want to be clear. To get this book, Kwanzaa book from Brooks Darnell, they have to talk about it for a day and a half and then schedule a date. Like, she just needs a book. That's all she needs. And they finally are like, what if we meet and have some wine? It's a date. 36 hours later. It didn't take that much time. And then lastly, there is a brick and mortar store in this movie. Not a little cart, a brick and mortar store, and the name of the store is Hot Chocolate.
It's right next to graphics.
We didn't have anything in the chamber there to be like, what if we called it? It's just called Hot Chocolate.
Guys, I'm going to go to food.
I don't even think they sell hot chocolate there, which is really weird.
Dude, that's it's artistic choice.
Yeah. Real
I
bad.
Respect it.
Don't go to bed angry.
Hey, was Dad in a Hawaiian shirt when he said angry? No, ignore it. Ignore it.
It was a take where he actually
important thing.
They got a take where he said he actually did go to bed angry one time.
Yeah. That's right. I went to bed angry
every night of my life.
Oh man.
Oh, in one clip he's just downing liquor. Let's get to the What the Hallmark. It's the part of the show where we talk about any questions that we still would love some answers to. Brian?
I had one burning question, and it was, does the town know Griffin's the mayor? Because he barely mayors. He does like nothing to mayor. And nobody really hey mayor. It doesn't feel like he's the mayor of this town. So I was kind of wondering if they knew that he was.
It's a secret mayor. I saw them live.
I don't know. I can't imagine a world where I find out that my kid is moving home and I don't at least consider for a moment putting on hold my move to Chicago. I'm not saying that she shouldn't go move to Chicago. Don't hear what I'm not saying, but she didn't even consider it for a moment.
Yeah.
Like, hey, you're finally coming home. Huh, maybe we could do something together. Maybe no, I'm still going to Chicago.
I think they wanted to emphasize the self-determination.
Absolutely.
And purpose
as she should.
That HRP has never really gotten to experience. But if it's my kid,
I don't know. My kid moving home. You at least got to be like, or just be like, hey, actually, maybe you want to come to Chicago with me? I don't know. I think there's something there. There was not even a little consideration of timing. Dan?
Yeah, so
don't go to Chicago.
I wouldn't. I would. Your purpose.
Hey, Mom, I found a new video. Mom, I found a new video.
Another video. Before the grandpa died, she had him record every word in the English language. It took him weeks, and it's like, yeah, no, he has a full hour on confetti, if you can believe it.
Griffin, kiss me like you mean it.
Yeah.
Why would he need to say that?
Well, she says, hey, I found a video. Grandpa has a message. Kiss her. Kiss her like you mean it.
You have my blessing.
Yep.
I do want to know, at one point in this movie, HRP says that her mom has never tried anything she's baked unless it was an old family recipe. Yeah. So she's never even tried it.
That's bold.
That is monstrous.
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe a mother would look at something their daughter has baked and said, was it from the book of recipes our family wrote? No. I'm not even going to try.
Get that rubbish out of here.
Try it. I'm not even going to look at you and bite into it and go, this is bad. I'm not even going to give you that satisfaction. It's just a no from me. That's a level of monstrosity I never want to see.
The grandmother is like, hey, Ella, could you cut together a video of Grandpa saying, we don't
You should try new baked goods. Nilla wafers are delicious. I got that all together.
All together. That was in between takes.
Yeah, for sure.
Get me a new bag. Vanilla wafers. We did it, everybody. Oh, my gosh.
Wow.
Can you believe it? What a year it's been. We've put together a best of the year. Really quick, it's 20 seconds. Trace says she put together something for us. So, Trace, cue that clip.
So Sammy Daisies was down at Rager. You read Sammy Daisies.
Yeah, I'm ready over here.
Sammy Daisies
Yeah.
said no to the other night.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Was it the flex pay?
Yeah.
It was the flex pay that got
Flex
him.
pay.
You gave him the monthly options.
Monthly option.
He didn't like that.
Didn't like it.
Yeah, he's a pay up front guy.
He sure is. Best of.
How did that make the
Beautiful.
what was that?
I played a clip that just is called best of because I say the phrase.
Are you mad that Aaron is now producing the show? Is that what this is about? Or did you do this by accident?
I'm not pleased. So, yes, I'm very mad. Aaron, I wouldn't drink your water.
Wow.
Did you poison her water?
Define
Gotta
poison.
go. Merry Christmas.
Man.
Wow. Brian, Merry Christmas, buddy.
Merry Christmas, buddy.
Merry Christmas, guys. I wish I could
Yeah,
be there with you.
I don't know what you're gonna do here.
Yeah.
But we have a tradition around here.
We do. We have a lot of fun here at Deck the Hallmark, but one thing we never joke about is we end every season of Deck the Hallmark by singing the Christmas Shoes by New Song. I don't know how.
I think you just take this play off.
I'll take the day off, sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sir, I wanna buy these shoes for my mama, please.
It's
Christmas Eve and these shoes are just her size. Could you hurry, sir? Daddy says there's not much time. You see, she's been sick for quite a while, and I know these shoes will make her smile, and I want her to look beautiful. If Mama meets Jesus tonight, I know I saw a glimpse of heaven's eyes as the soldiers they ran out. I knew that God had sent that little boy to remind me what Christmas is all about. So I want to buy these shoes for my mama, please. It's Christmas Eve and these shoes are just her size. Ba-da-da-da. Could you hurry, sir? Daddy says there's not much time. You see, she's been sick for quite a while, and I know these shoes will make her smile, and I want her to look beautiful if Mama meets Jesus. I want her to look beautiful if Mama meets Jesus tonight. Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas!